Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to Music Journal Monday. And we're just going to carry on working from where we left off last week. And I've sewn around these two sets of pockets here. I've also sewn my snippet roll, not that one. Where's it gone? There it is. So the snippet roll that we made last week, it's all sewn. Got lots of strings hanging off it, but that's all fine. And not only did I do that one, I carried on and did a couple more. So I did one just in all the blues, in all the bluey colours, if you can see that. And then I did a pinky one as well, because then I thought we've got something to put down the side of, the side of the pages, on pockets, depending on what colour scheme is going on that page. So I've got options. So I've got this one as well, which is the more pinky one. Whether we'll use them, I don't know, but they can be used for other things as well, because I haven't done any music stuff, or any music fabrics, apart from one little bit here which you'd never know it was music. I haven't put any on them, so if they don't get used for this journal, they'll be available to use for others. But this one has got more of those little instruments cut out of the fabric on this one. And I just want to cut bits up and use it for the pockets. Whether I use it for all the pockets, I don't know. But let's get started. I'm going to put those to one side for a minute, because these are calling to me, these lovely Stamperia pockets. I've got several of these. I wanted to get this one done because I'm not going to do much on here other than a little bit of lace, I think. I don't know whether I could put a little tiny snippet up here. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just in that corner at the top, just to give it a little bit of a focus. Right, sort of there. And maybe put a little something on there. What could we put on there? I haven't really got anything out for putting apart from music bits. Let's see if I've got anything in my ephemera. They could go on there. I mean, I could just put a button or something on there. That would probably be just as nice. Don't think I've got small things. So this is the slightly generic music ephemera pieces. It's quite sweet there, look. It covers up a bit too much, really. Oh, I could put that on a little bulb pin, couldn't I, on there? It just says, "The heart sings." Let's try that. Just going to find a little bulb pin and stick it on there. And I just want a little something along the bottom here. A little tiny bit. I'm just wondering if I can put this lovely little bit of bobbly trim that Rhonda sent me. I wonder if I could put that along the bottom of there. It might look rather nice. Just along there. Yeah, I like that. Just underneath where it says symphony, except I've lost the S. But it's implied. I'm just going to cut that piece off. So I shall pop that on, and then I shall find myself a little bulb pin, and we'll stick that little cluster. Now, what's going on up here? Right, I managed to sort my glue out, and I did just glue on this little trim, because it's the Fabri-Tac does like to cascade out once you've cleared it. It just keeps coming, so I just quickly glued this on. Let's just move these up a little bit. So I found my ball pins after a bit of a search. I didn't really want to be found. I think I would like to use the gold one. Oops. Down there. Let's see if I can just make this. I might just ink around this a little bit. Now, what have I done with my walnut stain? I put it right out of the way because I've been doing other things. Whoa. Okay. Just get rid of the white around the edges, and also disguises the rather dodgy cutting. These things are never easy just to cut out, are they? Make them look like they've been punched. Right, let's give this a go. I'm just going to... See if I can get it to lie nice and flat. Right, I think we're there. Like that, I quite like that. Let's get the Fabri-Tac in again. So sometimes you can just use a whole piece of this. When you've got a snippet roll like that, you can use it for any size you like, can't you? A little piece or a whole length of a page. Just gives you quite a lot of flexibility. Now let's turn it up that way. There we go. That looks nice on there. One little pocket done. I love that. So now, I want to work on this little pocket here. I love these two little pockets just because they're so pretty. So perhaps I should work on them a bit together. They're not going to be together in the journal, so it just maybe speeds things up because I want to use these. The whole point of this snippet roll was to use it, but actually the one I made on camera, this big one, I think these bits are too big. Now I've made it. I can cut it down, of course. But I did make this one a little bit narrower, partly because I thought I'd use it at this side of a page, but there's more than one page worth here, so maybe I can still use a few bits, because I quite like just some of these little pieces. I don't know which end to go for. Maybe this little piece, just at the side here, and again over here, just a small chunk. So I might just cut a couple of small pieces that I can pop to the side of my pocket and then just decorate a little bit. And similarly over here. I can imagine that I will be ending up cutting all this up and not using this one, because actually I quite like the fact that they've got the colours tone in with what the background. Yeah, this one's going to be fine in here and there. I'm sure I'll use that too. And I didn't know whether to put something else behind these pieces just as an extra layer. It's quite nice. It's like dyed cheesecloth or something that I got in a pack a little while ago. Don't know if that will work, or whether what I actually need is something completely gone, sort of to give it a proper lift, something like this, bit of Hessian. I always struggle to remember what this is called, this stuff, but somebody was using something similar. I think it was Tina, and she was calling it Hessian. I thought, yeah, that's what that stuff is, but I'm always trying to remember what it's called. Bit of Hessian. So I did wonder whether to put a little bit of that behind there, just as an extra little bit of texture. I think I will, because I quite like that frayed look at the bottom and top. Just pull these couple of bits out, so it just gives it a nice frayed look. And bring that down a little bit, so I could put that there. And then I just need something on here. Now I could pull out one of my little instruments, so let's try one of those on here, see if they're going to fit. They might be too big. Ugh, didn't really want all of those at the other side, did I? All these pieces. Not that one. This little French horn on here. Got a flute. A bit too big. Will that go on here? Maybe if I did it like that. Maybe I'll do that. On there. Now when I was trying to find, I dropped something and I found this on the floor. This little flower, which looks rather nice, but actually it's a bit blendy into that one. It's a bit small. Not going to worry about that for now. Oh, maybe this little guitar would look nice on there. Let's have a look. And I'll put proper glue on. How about that? I think that would look better. Let's put these to one side for the moment. Got various bits that I've been pulling out. So I think that might look quite nice on there. I think we might have the flute on here, but I think I need a little something more behind this. Got this bit of lace that I pulled out. I don't know if that will, not really doing it. Got this bit of netting. That give me a little extra length. Yeah, maybe. I'm just going to trim that because it's a funny shape at this side. Okay. I think actually what I need is a little bit of lace sticking out there. Fancy a bit of lace. So let's just try a little bit of that. Just a little bit, just to see. It just lengthens my little cluster a little bit. I mean, I could have cut more off my snippet roll, but I wasn't thinking about doing it this way, was I? I think I might put that on there. Right, so let's do that and then put my flute along there. Okay. Let's glue these both down. Okay. There's one. And let's do okay, let's do this one. And then put my little guitar on there. There we are. Those two little pockets are done. I do like those. I think they look really nice. Really sweet. Just got that nice, just the touch of music I needed without, but you can still see all the prettiness of the papers. So that's two more, and these last two of the Stamperia. Now, I had a little sticker. There it is. That I wanted to put on this one, because I really like it. Music is what feelings sound like, which is really a lovely idea. I don't know if it needs any more than that. Maybe I'll keep these two a bit more simple. What am I saying? Is that ever going to happen? Keeping them simple, I don't know. It's not something I'm very good at, is it? Keeping things simple. Maybe a little bit of cheesecloth. Oh, I've got this bit of gorgeous vintage lace. Maybe I'll put a bit of that on. Take that off. Add a little bit of this. I don't like covering it all up, that's the trouble. Well, you've got to use these things, haven't we? We have to use them. It's already got a bit of a snip there, so I'll just carry on. Am I going to be able to bear to put it underneath? Maybe I can just sort of slightly offset that, so we don't lose it completely. Yeah, I think I might just do that. At least then I'll get some of the gorgeous lace. And I'm going to try and use my art glitter glue to put this on. I just bring it down a little. I don't want it to be impeding the pocket. Okay, I'm going to call that one done. I think that's enough on there. I don't think this one has been inked around. It doesn't look inked. That looks better. Wondering about the others now. I'll do those after if they haven't been done. Right, and then this gorgeous one. This is another one that's just so beautiful, just as it is. I'm really reluctant to put much on here, really. Maybe I'll use a piece more of this lovely lace. And what's that gone on the floor? Right. And maybe I could put one of these violins on there. This, don't know. Just as another little texture. It's almost invisible on here. No, I don't know. It doesn't really add much, does it? Neither does that. That might be enough on its own. Little flower. No. Just to keep it simple. Put that on, and the violin. I'll let the rest of the pocket speak for itself. I might just try and find a nice word or something that I can add. I did punch out a bunch of words, didn't I? Ooh, I've got viola and violin, but I don't know what that is. Did I? Violin. So I've got that. Cut it, tear it down just a bit because it's a little bit large. I tear a little bit more off this, it's a bit dangerous. Very soft paper, so it tore nicely. It just felt a little bit too big. Right. So put that there. Right, I'm going to just glue these bits down and then I'll play around with this, because maybe I'll put it up here. Maybe I don't need the word, maybe I'll just put this, a couple of other bits on here. Well, let's glue this down first anyway. Bits that might go with this. I'll put a little something with it, behind it. Got lots of little layering pieces with the vintage viola kit, but do I want to use them? I quite like that. Don't want to cover up too much of the pocket, that's the thing. Just fits in between, so you've got the flowers either side and there's the violin on the front. That's quite nice. Yep, another pocket done. I like that. Okay, now let's do these four here. The last few. Oh, the other thing I meant to show you that I forgot, that we talked about last time and I haven't done anything with, where's it gone, was the belly band, because I did the two, here we go, the two side tucks, which I have sewn around, as I said I would. So that's those two, which we finished last time. And the third tall thing was the belly band, which I was talking about doing a snippet roll or something to go on it. Changed my mind, as you do. And I just have sewn on, well, glued on and sewn on some of that lovely fabric with the instruments on. So I do want to do a bit more work on that. I think I want to put some lace on it or something, but I'll come back to it. It's upside down. So that's where it is so far. And I've just got some bits of fabric sticking out top and bottom as well, because it was a little bit short. So I've kind of lengthened it a little by making the fabric a bit longer than the actual piece itself. So, and I've just zigzagged around it. I would have liked to have done it in a cream, so it would show, but I just couldn't face changing the thread on my machine. I did it this morning and I thought, oh, I haven't got time to change the thread, so it's brown so you can't see it, but it's there and it makes it obviously gives it a finish. because I did all of the snippet rolls with cream. All of these are done with cream. Because I thought it looked better on the fabric, so I would have done it on there, but oh well. I haven't. Right, so let's just do one pair at a time. Let's do this pair. And I do want to use some of the snippet roll on here if I can, along the edge. It is a little bit on the wide side. I don't really want that pink. Now I'm using it, I don't really want... If I cut it about there, do that bit with... So I've got the instrument here. Let me just see, and I might just trim it down, make it fit a bit better. I don't know how this is going to work because of the pointiness at the top. Might not be a good idea to use something like this. Or maybe that would be better. These are so pale, they really need some proper decorating. And I don't know if these are the right thing to use. What's this bit I got cut off? They are quite tricky. I'm not sure if this is the right thing to use. I'm wondering actually whether some of this pink, which is narrower, would be better on here. Maybe a piece of that and then just cut it down a little bit would look okay. We'll see. I'm cutting these down and I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use them, so I don't want to waste things, but I do. It's hard to envisage how it's going to look. It's flopping over there. So I could cut that there. Give it a go. It may be a mistake. And then maybe I could put the piano there. And there is actually a little bit of pink in the piano. Maybe that would work. I think I might go with that. And I might trim this a little bit. So I'm going to glue it on. I'm just going to cut this down a bit at the side. Alright, and now I'm going to glue on my piano. And I can pop that right there. Okay, yep, I think that's all good. Yep. Right, so that one's done. I need to do this one in a similar vein because they will go opposite each other, I think. Or they may not. I don't know, I haven't decided. but I'm going to use a bit more of this. So instead of using these down the side of pages, I'm going to use them down the side of pockets. So be it. Oh, still covered in glue. Okay, so I need to cut it at about... Oh. Sorry about that, my door just banged open, so I had to go and shut it again. It doesn't latch properly, so if a door opens somewhere else in the house, everything, it just blows open. Anyway, not worry about that. Let's just cut this piece off, I think. And see what instrument we're going to put on with this one. I'm filming! Just a moment, I better go and see what... Right, hopefully that'll be the last interruption. I was just Richard wanting to borrow my laptop, so... Oh well, it's one of those days. Okay, so we've got this piece of snippet roll going to attach here. And I think the most obvious thing to put on there will be the harp. Because that's the right size, I think, to go on there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Going to trim it across here like I did on the other one. Trim it a little bit more actually. Okay, and then we can put our hop right here. I might just trim along a little bit along the side here just because it's sticking out quite a bit. Just want it to straighten up. Just think it looks better if it's a little bit neater on the side. That's just me. I like things to be... Doesn't have to be neat everywhere, but I like the sides of things to be neat. Okay. Let's put the harp on here. Okay, nothing to pop out on this one. Now it's tempting to put a little something along the edge there. Very tempting. I'm not sure I can manage to resist because I do quite like something on the edge of a pocket. A little trim of some sort. I could put something behind so that it just pokes out. Something like this, but it might be too thick. How would that look? I agree, I like that. It's a bit curvy, this lace, it's a bit tricky, but it will go along the edge of a pocket. I've used it a lot. I love it. It's just from Hobbycraft. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop my bit of nice little bit of trim along the edge there. Can't help myself. See how it looks on the other side. It's not sticking out a bit too much. Just bring it in a little bit. Before it glues permanently. Oop. Move over, move over. And I could just trim it off. That's better. There it is. Yep. And I can just trim that off there. And there. Make sure it's pulled in as best I can. Okay. There's one. I like that. Looks finished now. Well, let's do the other one. And get it in the right place in the first place, I think, this time. If I can. Easier said than done. How are we doing? That's a bit better. So this funny little piece that's all curled up, but never mind. There we are. Those two are done. And actually they're quite similar, the snippets that I've used. I've got the same pieces on, I suppose. I just used the same bits all the way along. Anyway, so they look okay, I think. I'm happy with those. Right, last two. And they are a different shape and a different colour. I will have a different trim, I think, along the edge. I might try one of these, but they are a bit big. That one might be okay. But let's see what we're going to use on these first. I'm feeling a bit snippety, something like that. quite a statement. And that is a drum, so I've got a drum. I've typed up, stamped the word drum, so I might just put that on there. Where is it? I have also got a drum sticker, but that might be over egging the pudding, as they say. Could put that there, make it very clear that is a drum. And I'm not sure I like this one on here. This is not really doing it for me, after all. This one has got the music notes. Okay. How to do this? Could put the word music on here. So that would be okay. It's kind of feeling it needs a little something more on that one. That go on there. It might just be all it needs. Yeah, I might just do that. Alright, let's do it. Let's pop these on here. Something like that. This needs a little something more. Whether some, no, not that. On this occasion. Too much. But I might use some of that on the edges, and I might just take a piece of this, cut it down the middle, and have that as my trim. Slightly different to the other one. again, I'll just pop it behind the edge. Similar, but not the same. I might do that first and then decide if I need anything more on here. Yeah, like that. That one. Or is it that one? Whatever way, that works. That bit down there. Right. This needs a bit more trim, I think. Maybe that would be better there. I think we'll just do that. Okay. That works on there. And then on this one, we've got this piece. And we've actually got a drum to pop on there. So I'm just going to put this on. Okay, let's pop that there. Fits nicely in there, I think. And we'll just put music up here. Maybe I'll use this one for this. Alright. Those two little pockets done. Oh, we're doing really well today. Getting some things finished. So, I think if I can manage it, I'd like to just get the belly band done. Just haven't quite decided how I want to do this. I fancied a bit of lace in it, but I didn't want it to cover up all the music. That's the trouble. So it's getting it in the right place. Just pulling out some bits of lace and seeing what I could use. So I'm a bit concerned that this might cover it too much. I might just see if I cut it down a little bit, how that would look. Cut the sides off a bit. And on here as well, I think, just Seems like sacrilege, I know, just to chop it about like this, but I think I just thought I'd see if it looked any good like that, just down the middle. Do you lose the... I think you get the idea of the musical instruments, maybe. Because the alternative was to put something at the sides. So I've got this really pretty ribbon with a bit of gold on the edge. That was my other thought, was to put some of that at the sides. And leave the belly band as it is, but it... because leave it to speak for itself, really, this fabric. Maybe that's the thing to do. It does look nice like that, doesn't it, with the gold at the edge. I think perhaps that's what I'll do. I'll put this gold lace along the edge. So here's our belly band. I really like that now. I think it's just kept it quite simple, really. And it will look okay, I think. Let's try it in the journal, just to have a look, see how it might look on a page. It's probably going to go in the middle signature, because I've got the two side tucks, so I'll put one either side in the other two signatures. So it'll be somewhere like that. Not sure yet where it will go, depending on the... And this is actually a bit longer than this particular page, but the pages vary in length, so it could go there, could go there, because there's a bit of pink, so it might be quite nice on a pink page. Yeah, so that'll be fine. Let's just have a quick look at what we of the pockets we finished today, because next week we're going to be putting them in the journal. I think I've got plenty now. Let's have a quick look at what we did. So I think they look really pretty. Really pleased with them. So yeah, belly band. Then I've got my Stamperia pockets. So I've got this one, this other small one. I love I think the little snippets work really well on here. And then I've got this one with its little dangly. And I've got this one. And the simplest of the lot is this one, but I like what it says. So that was the Stamperia ones. So I've got 3 of those, but I've only got 2 of these. I'm going to be trying to sort the pockets into sets of 3, and if there's some gaps, I suppose I may end up having to do some more, but I'm sure I've got enough to fill the gaps, I hope. So then I've got my 2 sets of corner pockets. I've got this one, and I've got this one. So again, they're quite different. But as a set, they have their own identity. And of course, I had the other set of corner pockets. So I have definitely got 3 of these. That's these ones. So that's definitely going to be a set for each signature. So there we are. They're all done. All the pockets, I think, are ready to go in. I think what we'll do is in the next video, we'll sort them into the signatures and then put them in. And then we're going to have to start looking at all our tags and journal cards. And I have a feeling I might not have that many. Or not, at least I may not have enough. So that'll be the next project to get started on, is to make things to go in all these pockets. All right, so thank you for joining me for this today. I've had so much fun with playing with my snippets and my pockets and all the other little bits. And do join me again for the next one. Bye for now.